I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, to let the light shine through. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Bang, bang! Welcome in here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're live here on the TikTok platform. Then we'll be posted over to the YouTube channel. You are watching the I-85 Asphalt Series late model division. Here's tonight's track back. We're taking on the Langley Speedway, a 0.39 mile asphalt oval around here in Hampton, Georgia. Opened in 1950 with a crowd sold out here tonight with a capacity of 9,000 asses in the seats tonight for tonight's main event here tonight to kick off. For everybody else, ladies and gentlemen, we will cut off the admin giving over the controls here as everybody else getting ready to go racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That's the number 4 of Colby Westcott, John Michael Bryant, and Blake Koscheld out on the racetrack along with Logan Perriman. Excuse me. We're moments away from the night's heat races. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. You're watching the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It looks like the practice session is qualified. Has jumped over here real quick. So as we get ready to start up tonight's heat races, we appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. And if you would head on over to the YouTube page, we'll kill the music real quick as we get ready to start filming in some of these guys tonight in the Booty Scoot Racing channel house. We got some new guys showing up in the field, filling in the field here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, this is how it's going to work. 2 heat races here tonight, live at the Langley Speedway for the I-85 Late Model Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys will take on 2 heat races of 15 laps apiece here, and it looks like completely random drawing here on the pole tonight, driving the number 4 High Rod Vodka Late Model. That's going to be Colby Westcott. Showtime Chase Johnson, the Season 1 Late Model Champion for the I-85 Asphalt Series. We'll start on the front row outside in heat race number 1. Your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryant, driving the Gorilla Mine number 23. yellow and blue late model here tonight. Looking to make something shake. That's the boogeyman. Logan Perriman from Nancy, Kentucky, driving the number 88 white and blue flamed late model. We'll start here tonight in the 4th place spot in heat race number 1, and behind him will be the 25-year-old father of 3 from Tempe, Arizona, driving the number 2 Paint House late model. That's Blake Husschild. Corey Riptide Tesner been bad fast all year long here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel for the I-85 Asphalt Series, the late model stock division. Looking to make something shake. He'll start the 6th place spot here tonight, rounding out the tail end of the field in heat race number 1, driving the triple deuce, green and purple and orange machine from B-Town, Indiana. That's Chris 90. So it looks like it's going to be Colby Westcott, Showtime Chase Johnson, along with John Michael Bryan and these guys on the front row. Get ready to go racing here live on the Woody Scoot Racing channel from the Langley Speedway. We would gladly appreciate if you hit that like button, press that follow button, head on over to the YouTube page on the top right of your screen here. You're watching the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash. Last night, the I-85 Asphalt Series Wheeling Modified Division took on the Langley Speedway. Showtime Chase Johnson bring home the win there. Showtime Chase Johnson will start on the first row on the 2nd place spot here tonight for heat race number 1. We're scheduled for another one after this. Anybody on the left side of your screen that doesn't have a name on it, James Fountain, I'm hearing from the admin, has missed the start here. He'll be starting from the pits here, but looks like Peter's going to hang that left on the pit road next time around, and we'll be ready to fire him off racing here tonight on the Woody Scoot Racing channel. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in for us, this is playoff race number 1 here at the Langley Speedway. Tons of guys in the field tonight are playoff drivers. Colby Westcott looking to make something shake here tonight. Showtime Chase Johnson currently at the top of the board here. He was the regular season points champion. He'll come in tonight's playoff starting with 10+ points to start tonight's event. The boogeyman, your mom's favorite driver. This, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen your mother down there in the fan zone earlier today, down there on the number 23 hauler. She was buying every piece of equipment that the boogeyman had. Peter the Pace Car is off on the racetrack. Get ready to go racing here for the I-85 Asphalt Series. Colby Westcott presses the gas. We're racing here at Langley Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash here, door to door, 3 rows back here. Blake Husschild is going to try the bottom side of the racetrack, not able to get it. Colby Westcott will have to defend his position for the race lead. Quick and early here, lap number 1 off turns 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. We're going to have to give it to Showtime Chase Johnson there, a little bit nose ahead over Colby Westcott. They'll battle door to door down here in the turns 1 and 2. Everybody fanned out door to door back here. The boogeyman, John Michael Bryan, Corey Tesner, and Blake Husschild here. Looks like James Fountain comes off the back of the racetrack here. Had a pit road here, so he'll miss the start, but have to catch it to the tail end of the field. 10 laps to go here. As the ticker goes everywhere here, trying to figure out really who led that lap, who's where, as everybody's down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Looks like Logan Perriman on the number 88 up out of the group here. We seen it last night in the I-85 Asphalt Series Wheeling Modified race. Once you got on the outside groove here, it was so damn tough to get back down on the bottom side of the racetrack. We talked about it last night. Contact's made down here. Corey Tesner gets into the boogeyman. John Michael Bryan goes around. The caution flag flies here for the first time tonight for the late model stock division here at the Langley Speedway. We'll back that ass up as we always do for an instant replay for the number 23 Gorilla Mine Machine. The boogeyman, that's your mom's favorite driver. She'll go ahead and pack up the beer and the snacks and throw them back in the cooler. She's pissed off here. John Michael Bryan goes around in the turns 1 and 2. We'll take a look here. Looks like Corey Tesner maybe just overdrives the corner a little bit, gets it to the left rear of John Michael Bryan, and sends it for a ride here through turns 1 and 2. We'll back that ass up one more time here. Make sure you get a grab at it. Corey Riptide Tesner gets it to the back end of the boogeyman, John Michael Bryan. We're right out the front nose of the Corey Tesner machine down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Just a little bit too much there. Gets a hold of John Michael Bryan, sends him on back there. John Michael Bryan's left here to park it. He's got it parked in the middle of the track like a protester. He'll get that thing turned around. We'll take a commercial break here. The caution flag flies in heat race number 1. Bang, bang! Back here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel, we're working the caution flag for the first time here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series, the late model stocks division. Looks like Chris Knighty and everybody else is okay throughout the field. John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver, goes around off the front bumper of Corey Riptide Tesner there in the Sunoco All-Star late model. On the outside there, Corey Riptide Tesner has been placed on the aggressive driving list here earlier. If it continues, he'll have to watch the number 8 machine for the rest of the night here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. But looks like Peter's got the lights cut off on top of that race truck of his. He's ready to let the beasts return back to racing here. They'll let the pack go out behind him. That's actually a big cutter there for for James Fountain there in the number 24 HendrickCars.com late models. He very much needed that after missing the start here. He'll have to come back from the fan zone after trying to sign autographs for a bunch of crazy bitches out there, if you know what I mean. Looks like Showtime Chase Johnson's going to be the race leader, though, when we get ready to go back racing here. Peter's going to hang that fat left on the pit road. Showtime Chase Johnson's in charge. He'll slap on the gas real quick and in a hurry, 3 wide quick. John Michael Bryant, looks like Colby Westcott might have missed the ship there. Excuse me, not John Michael Bryant back here in the back of the field. Looks like he was able to come back out, though, after the caution flag. We're back racing here with 8 laps to go in heat race number 1. Corey Tesner down on the bottom side of the racetrack after going 3 wide with Colby Westcott out to shut the bottom side. Corey Tesner's opening up the door there. Possibly putting a hole there, possibly not me there. Excuse me, Logan Perriman on the outside here in the number 88 late model from Nancy, Kentucky. Filling in the field here tonight for season 2. For the heat race of number 1 here tonight at the Langley Speedway for the playoff race. Everybody single file right behind the guy, Showtime Chase Johnson, who sailed it down into turns 3 and 4 here. 6 laps remain on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Everybody's nose to tail. James Fallon cut about an acre of grass down there. Really just putting out different kind of jobs out here. Race car driver / landscaper. Colby Westcott, big loose off the corner. What a save from the number 4 High Rock Vodka machine. I seen Colby Westcott behind the trailer earlier throwing a couple shots back of that High Rock Vodka. He was trying to give all the fans free samples down there in the trailer hauler. He'll roll door to door with James Fountain here through turns 3 and 4. Trying the diamond off the corner. James Fountain able to get the gas down, though, and drive right on by the number 4 of Colby Westcott. Meanwhile, it's going to be Showtime Chase Johnson off the turns 2, followed by Corey Riptide Tesner, Logan Perriman, James Fountain, Colby Westcott, and then give it to Chris Knighty here in the Triple Deuce machine. Chris Knighty been bad fast recently here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, especially in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Chris Knighty, multiple leagues that he participates here on the Booty Scoot Racing channels. He'll have to get worked here by the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant, trying to work his way back to that back bumper of Corey Riptide Tesner. If you best believe it, the boogeyman known to shake a few cages and rattle them around the racetrack here as he will put the bumper to somebody if it's most necessary. But here's the battle on the racetrack with 2 laps to go. White flag next time around. As James Fountain trying to get around Logan Perriman in that number 88 late model. It's going to be Showtime Chase Johnson off of turns 3 and 4. He'll have the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com down into turns 1 and 2. Showtime Chase Johnson will have look like no competition behind Corey Riptide Tesner behind him. They'll sail down into turns 3 and 4 here. Looks like James Fountain not able to get around Colby Westcott here. Showtime Chase Johnson, Corey Tesner. James Fountain gets around Logan Perriman and Colby Westcott and them, and that's how they'll round out heat race number 1. He'll have to give it to Blake Hochschild running out the back of the field, but Showtime Chase Johnson wins heat race number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you keep it right here for us. We're getting ready to tackle on heat race number 2 here tonight at the Langley Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash here. Getting ready to start off the drivers' introductions for heat race number 2. Guys continue to fill in the field. Looks like drawing the lucky pole spot, but not driving the number 02. Penske Maynard Motors late model. The 23-year-old from Welford, South Carolina. That's Nicholas Maynard. Starting on the outside of him, looks like going to be driving the number 99 machine from Newburgh. That's Dakota Pignataro. Excuse me, don't want to get it fucked up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as he makes his debut tonight, but driving the number 21 Baxter Brewing Gunslinger late model down on the bottom side of the racetrack from Augusta, Maine. That's Jeremy Douglas. Mike Dole from Middletown, New Jersey on the outside here, driving the Boardwick number 14 late model. Michael Durham Jr. from Burnside, Kentucky, starting on the bottom side here, driving in the 6th place spot to start heat race number 2. Neil Rutt III from Union Beach on the outside here, driving the number 66 Boardwick late model here tonight. So 3 Boardwick teammates in the same heat race here tonight. How coincidental is that? And Tony Cook, the veteran, will start here on the back half of the field on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in his number 33 Harry Gant Skull late model. So the kid of Nicholas Maynard is going to be in charge here when we get ready to go racing for heat race number 2. We're glad if you stuck around so far. will be underneath the lights here for the feature. So this is the final heat race of tonight. The kid of Nicholas Maynard's on pole with Dakota Picantaro on the out. Picantaro, pick it however you really like it on the outside of him here. Looks like Peter's going to take one more lap around the Langley Speedway here and let these guys take some more pictures of these late models here. Ladies and gentlemen, can the Boardwick teammates get going here on the outside? They line up in the second, fourth, and sixth place spot here, followed by a little bit of some all-timers that we've had full-time so far this season, like the kid of Nicholas Maynard and Jeremy Douglas and Tony Cook running full-time this year. So got some guys looking to fill in the field for season 3 here, making their debut on the Knights Booty Scoot Racing channel and heat race number 2 here. Getting ready to go racing here with 16 laps. Going to be scheduled for 15. Peter will hang the left on the pit road, and the kid of Nicholas Maynard will stump on the gas here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're down into turns 1 and 2 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here at the Langley Speedway for the I-85's late model stock division. Michael Durham Jr. trying to make something shake here down on the bottom side. They'll complete the first lap here in heat race number 2. You have to give it to the kid of Nicholas Maynard and his Penske 02 late model, followed by Jeremy Douglas, who's really lining down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Michael Durham Jr. and that number 15 late model trying to get up off the bottom side from Burnside, Kentucky. Just trying to do that. You can catch Michael Durham Jr. ripping around the dirt track on the All Out Dirt Tour, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel Friday night, right here on the TikTok platform. They'll still across the front stretch here. 16 laps remain on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tony Cook here trying to make a move around Jeremy Douglas for that third place spot. It looks like he's able to get it. Nicholas Maynard checking out here with the race lead. But here comes Michael Durham Jr. trying to set in that late model. You'll ride out the front bumper of Michael Durham Jr. here as we try to get another shot back down there. Excuse me. Battling some technical difficulties here. Looks like we've hired some Fox Sports Network cameras shooting around the racetrack here. Nicholas Maynard's really up off the bottom side of the racetrack there. That'll open up the door for the number 15 there of Michael Durham Jr. here. Here comes the number 14 of Mike Dole down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll roll to the back bumper of the number 21 of Jeremy Douglas from Middletown, New Jersey. Trying to make something shake here. He'll throw it down into turns 3 and 4. Just not able to roll quite as much as he wants to the back bumper. Trying to get a good run off the corner there. This is number 14. And here comes Dakota Picantaro back here, down 6 spots from where he started in the 9th heat race. Something terribly wrong with the number 99 handling on that race car here. As Nicholas Maynard leads another lap here, down into turns 3 and 4. The kid up the racetrack there. That's opened up the door for the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. across the front stretch here, down into turns 1 and 2 here. Neil Rutt III has moved up to the third place spot here. No pun intended here. He's got the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around here. They worked their way down into turns 3 and 4. The kid of Nicholas Maynard back up on the bottom side of the racetrack again. That's opened up the door once more. But that'll have to cause Neil Rutt to get into the outside wall there, trying to come off the gas in that late model here. 11 laps remain on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the night's heat races here. It's been one hell of a battle so far. Tony Cook leads the back half of the pack right here as they're separated by about 6 car lengths here. You got the 3 running for the race lead, and the battle for the race lead is on here between the kid of Nicholas Maynard and Michael Durham Jr. Michael Durham Jr. will try the bottom side of the racetrack here. The kid not able to get back down on the bottom side. That'll open up the door for the number 66 machine of Neil Rutt III, and Neil Rutt will move up to that second place spot here. Nicholas Maynard on the brake hard there, looking for an undercut underneath the number 66, but he's not able to get the gas down there as they ride through turns 3 and 4 here. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division heat race number 2, setting the field for the feature tonight, scheduled for 75 laps around the beautiful Langley Speedway underneath the lights here. Ladies and gentlemen, this racetrack about as flat as my ex-girlfriend here, so these guys really got their handful inside of these race cars. As you've seen the kid of Nicholas Maynard go from the race lead here, now struggling to stay in that third place spot here as Michael Durham Jr. is trying to fill off the number 66 of Neil Rutt III here. The battle is on with 8 laps, coming to 7 laps across the line this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the caution flag has flown back here for Mike Dole here as he spun around on the front stretch. Live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up here. Make sure you grab you a piece when we throw up the instant replay here for the number 14 of Mike Dole here from Middletown, New Jersey. He looks like he maybe possibly got a little bit of loose there off the corner of the racetrack here, down on the bottom side of the apron here. We'll take a look here, riding along with Mike Dole, making his Booty Scoot debut here nightly. It just smokes it off the corner there, locks it down though. No damage here, so it's been right in front of the Dale Lemons, victory lane here. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like he's able to refire this race car though, get it going again. He'll refire it and turn it back around. We'll take that commercial break and be back after this. The first caution flag here for heat race number 2. Looks like we're heading to overtime. We'll be back in just a moment. back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division. The I-85 Asphalt Series presented to you by Pop Sports Bed Swings, custom made and handcrafted porch bed swings, 864-978-1913. Ladies and gentlemen, the I-85 Asphalt Series presented to you by the Home Run Cafe in Greer, South Carolina. Go check them out at 810 North Main Street, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Back down here on the main broadcast for the Booty Scoot Racing channel's late model stock race here tonight at the Langley Speedway. Tony Cook brings it down pit road, trying to get the damage on the right side of that Skull late model, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Durham Jr. able to hold on to that second place spot there, get Nicholas Maynard up off the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll make the pass for the race lead there from Burnside, Kentucky. He's in position, getting ready to head the overtime here for heat race number 2. Neil Rutt the third from Union Beach, also making his debut here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Been racing modifieds and late models in real life his whole life. His grandfather used to race for Ray Abraham. That's a fun fact here about Neil Rutt. He'll start in the second place spot here in the overtime. Nicholas Maynard move back there to that third place spot, followed by Jeremy Douglas, Dakota Picantaro, or Picantaro, however you really want to pronounce it. You can have it your way, just like Burger King. And Mike Dole will go around there on the back half of the Booty Scoot Racing channel to bring out the caution flag. He'll round out the tail end of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, green-white checker style here for the overtime. If they wreck before they get the white flag, we'll re-rack them one more time. But if they get the white flag before the caution flag can come out here, it'll be the end of the race. The first person back is going to be Michael Durham Jr. Back to the ass first here. Restarting here in overtime for heat race number 2. Looks like Michael Durham Jr. down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. The number 66 of Neil Rutt, the third, will put the gas down on the outside as he's able to get his foot there. And then he'll scrape the wall in a little bit here. Nicholas Maynard locks up the right front tire. He'll send the number 15 of Michael Durham around. White flag is already in the air, so we'll keep it green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, here from the admin, Nicholas Maynard, aggressive driving. He'll be at the TOL to end out the field, so it doesn't matter where he finishes in the night's heat race. You have to go down here in the front of the pack. You got to give it to Neil Rutt, Neil the Real Rutt off the corner. Yow, 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 yow. Neil Rutt will win the heat race number 2 here tonight in his debut on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. What a run right there for the number 66 on the outside. Give Jeremy Douglas the second place spot, followed by Dakota Picantaro, Mike Dole, Nicholas Maynard, and Michael Durham Jr. So sparks fly there at the end of heat race number 2. Nicholas Maynard locks up the white front tire, gets it to the back end of the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. And we're here underneath the admin right here, ladies and gentlemen, as the sun gets ready to come out here. We ask you guys to rise and stand as you're able to for tonight's national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, back down here on the main broadcast, getting ready to go racing here live for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division. For the feature race, the heat races are in the books here. Everybody's loading inside of the field now. Ladies and gentlemen, go grab another cigarette, go grab another beer. We're getting ready to go short track racing here tonight at the Langley Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to start tonight's driver's introduction here, or on the pole tonight for the night's I-85 feature tonight. 75 laps around the Langley Speedway will be the number 5 from Greer, South Carolina, of Showtime, Chase Johnson. Neil Rutt III from Union Beach, driving the number 66 late model, will start in the second place spot here tonight. Jeremy Douglas will start in the fourth place spot in the second row here in the G&E Roofing late model from Augusta, Maine. Corey Riptide Tesner driving the Sunoco All-Star late model for Chase Johnson Racing will shake out. Looks like going to be the third place spot here to start tonight's main event race. James Fountain will get the fifth place spot here tonight to start his race in the HendrickCars.com number 24 late model. Dakota Pigantaro from New Bern driving the number 99 Boardwing late model will round out the fifth place spot here tonight. Mike Dole in the number 14 from Middletown, New Jersey, looking to make something shake here tonight in his first ever Booty Scoot Racing late model race. The number 88 of Logan Perriman from Nancy, Kentucky, looking to make something shake here tonight. You'll catch him Friday night on the All Out Dirt Tour in Super Late Model Division. Looking to pick up the victory there tonight and on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Durham Jr. from Burnside, Kentucky gets turned around at the end of his heat race there. Almost had it in the book. He'll start in the ninth place spot here tonight for the feature. The number 4 for Colby Westcott from the High Rod Vodka late model will start in the 10th place spot, followed by the number 23 of John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver, as the crowd roars here as the Boogeyman drives across the front stretch. The number 33 Skull Machine of Tony Cook, the veteran, looking to get something down and dirty here tonight. Put some bumper to some people. The old timer looking to make something shake. Chris Noddy driving the Triple Deuce, green, orange, and purple late model, looking to make something shake as well from B-Town, Indiana. Blake Koschile from Tempe, Arizona, driving the number 2 Paint House Machine, looking to make the way to the front of the field. He's been bad fast here, still on medical leave inside of that number 2 late model. Nicholas Maynard driving the number 02 Penske late model from Welford, South Carolina, will get into the back end of Michael Durham Jr. there at the end of the heat race. He will receive the EOL to start at the beginning of tonight's event. So Nicholas Maynard will go to the back of the field here. We'll shake back up into the front of the pack. Are you ready? D-Generation X, WWE style. Not what I really meant to go by, but that's what we'll take it as. Getting ready to go racing here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series, the late model bash. Chase Johnson's going to be on the front row with Neil Rutt, the 2 heat race winners here tonight. Peter the pace car is going to aim the left on the pit road, and we're getting ready to schedule for 75 laps around the Langley Speedway. Ring, down in the turns 1 and 2 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Everybody's door to door, side by side here. Looks like they're able to get through turns 1 and 2 very nice and neatly and clean here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down in the turns 3 and 4. James Fountain and Corey Tesner looking at that apron really quick and early here. These guys got 75 laps, no tires on the pits for tonight's event, so they're going to have to save every little bit of Hoosier tire on top of the inside of these race cars. Excuse me, John Michael Bryant's looking to get around the number 99. Excuse me here, as they got the battle here. A little contacts made there. John Michael Bryant will ship Dakota Pickerman around. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We will back that ass up here, Booty Scoot Racing style, live here at the Langley Speedway on the instant replay cam. For the late model stock division, we've seen Dakota Picatero go around off the front bumper. It looks like John Michael Bryant, but John Michael Bryant's just getting absolutely obliterated from behind here. We'll take a look and ride along with the number 23 of John Michael Bryant here. We'll sail down on the back straightaway here. John Michael Bryant trying to make something shake into turns 3 and 4. He'll go down the bottom side of the racetrack here. Looking to send it 3 wide. John Michael Bryant, he holds his line here, but it looks like he might have just clipped the left rear, of the number 99, Dakota Perriman. He just gets tagged by Michael Durham Jr., and that sends around the rest of everybody here. So the Boogeyman parked backwards here as well, as he's got Logan Perriman off the front, in front of him. And ladies and gentlemen, chaos already here. 3 laps in tonight's event. Looks like Neil Rutt will have to take that second place spot behind Chase Johnson. And almost a disaster here as John Michael Bryant's trying to get that late model turn back around. He'll lose a lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take that quick commercial break. Be back in just a moment. Bang, bang, cleanups underway here at the Langley Speedway for the caution flag for the first time here tonight for the main event feature here, scheduled for 75 laps. We'll knock off 3 clean ones right there before the caution flag flies for the first time here tonight. Dakota Pignataro, from Newbern, making his Booty Scoot Racing Channel late model stock debut here tonight. Him and John Michael Bryant, just a little bit of door banking there. Not really much place to go around this short 0.34 mile asphalt oval. John Michael Bryant was getting a little bit of a bumper from the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. So just a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Just like every other sports fight that you watch here, looks like John Michael Bryant will lose that lap on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Who have to start at the tail end of the field here. 6 laps are complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We'll kill the music here, kind of walk you through what the hell's going on here around the racetrack here for the I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash. Showtime Chase Johnson, currently the race leader. Neil Rutt III making his debut tonight here in Season 2 in the playoffs from Union Beach. He'll join the Booty Scoot Racing Channel in the I-85 late model stock crew here tonight. The number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner, another playoff driver behind Showtime Chase Johnson, looking to make something shake here down on the bottom side, and that's Sudoku All-Star Performance late model. James Bountman will miss his heat race start here, able to get back out on the racetrack though, drive through the field in the heat race, and then he'll start by, I think, top 5. I believe it was 4th place spot to start for the number 24 for James Bountman, so he continues to work his way through the field. Logan Perriman will make the trip down here. Well, over here to Virginia, so not long of a trip for Logan Perriman over here from Nancy, Kentucky. And the number 5 is Showtime Chase Johnson. It's going to be the lead and control car here through the Geico restart zone. He'll press back down on the gas real quick and hurry and into early, quickly, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm fumbling over my words here. Ladies and gentlemen, Colby Westcott down on the top side of the racetrack, almost said the bottom side, but Blake Hochschild was down there way more there, and it looks like the caution flag is already out way before we could get going back again. Looks like it's going to be for the number 23, the boogeyman once more, John Michael Bryant. We'll back that ass up here. We'll see what the hell maybe just happened here. As Nicholas Maynard's caught in the outside wall, as well as Chris Knighty. So we'll take a look here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, the back half of the field. Take a look and see what happened here. Doesn't look like anything controlled and started out in front of here. We'll take a look and see what happened. It looks like everybody checked up here. Looks like Chris Knighty just gets absolutely jacked up by Nicholas Maynard here. And that triggers the caution flag. So Peter, the pace car, never goes through here. We'll back that ass up here. Chris Knighty was nose first down into the racetrack there. We'll take a look and see what the hell just happened here on the restart here. Chris Knighty up here starting in the 10th place spot. The kid of Nicholas Maynard behind him, the number 14. Checks up big time, checks up the triple deuce into the 02's nose here, right on the front bumper. Chris Knighty goes to Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard looks like he's going to hit the outside wall here across the front stretch. We'll back that ass up right on board with the kid of Nicholas Maynard and see what the hell happened and see how things quickly change here coming to the restart. Just a quick checkup, nowhere to go here. We'll send you out of nowhere. Chris Knighty with some damage to the right front of that late model. Nicholas Maynard looks like he might be able to escape through it a little clean here. John Michael Bryant able to get on the brake as well. He'll be registered as the lucky dog here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. And it looks like Chase Johnson never even had a chance to grab third gear. We'll take another quick commercial break here. Be back after this. Mayhem ensues again. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, track the bleeds working up here. It's John Michael Bryant and Colby Westcott going at it underneath the caution flag here. Not happy with the way that they've been racing one another here. John Michael Bryant will be the lucky dog here. He'll get his lap back here, but Chris Knighty and Nicholas Maynard involved in that caution flag. They'll come down pit road. Mike Doyle already down on pit road as well. Colby Westcott will come back around. He'll catch the tail end of the field with John Michael Bryant here as they try to get those late models turned back around after the caution flag came out for Nicholas Maynard and Chris Knighty here. Looks like Chris Knighty still stuck on pit road. The kid of Nicholas Maynard back out on the racetrack. Tony Cook will move up to the 8th place spot here as we're slowly picking off laps. We're scheduled for 75. 11 laps are complete here underneath the yellow flag. We've had 2 of them up to this point here as Nicholas Maynard will catch the tail end of the field. This will be the eye to watch here. John Michael Bryant and Colby Westcott going back at it, back and forth here. John Michael Bryant. Now he's being registered to the lucky dog. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning into tonight's event here, we already ran down 2 heat races, 15 laps apiece. And it was Showtime Chase Johnson and Neil Rutt, the 2 heat winners. They're currently running 1 and 2 on the racetrack. 12 laps are complete behind Peter, the pace car. He's got the lights cut off on top of it, which tells me as the broadcast up here in the booth to get ready to go racing here and watch these guys get ready to go. We got a sold-out crowd of 9,000 asses in the seats here tonight to take on the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to kick off the school year. Send these kids on back to school with a little bit of something to watch on the phone during class. Ladies and gentlemen, showtime. Chase Johnson will call off the caution here, so we'll get one more lap until we get ready to go back racing here. As Peter the pace car cuts the lights back on his late model. Colby Westcott and John Michael Bryant been told by the admins to comment on down before they find themselves on the list. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Maynard, that guy right there, the number 02 Penske late model, turns around the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. on the outside of him in the heat race. He has to start at the tail end of the field, so Nicholas Maynard and Corey Tesner both on the aggressive driving list for turning guys around here early in tonight's event. So got to keep it steady here, got to keep respect here in the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That looks like that's what they'll do. Hopefully we'll clean up the racing here. We'll take another lap around the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here at this point. Everybody's trying to catch up to the back half of the field here. Picking off another lap here. Looks like we're going to go racing on an even lap numbers. John Michael Bryant and Chris Knighty. It looks like Chris Knighty come to catch the tail end of the field. Still a little bit of right front damage to the Triple Deuce machine. Reminding you to head on over to the YouTube page at Booty Scoot Racing Channel and located in the top right of your screen for all the full races at the conclusion of tonight's event. This is where you can find this race on the YouTube page. We got Xfinity, late model stocks. You name it, we got it. Trucks, next gen, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Rutt ready to get on the outside. Chase Johnson to press the gas. We're back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. A big check up there to about the third and fourth place spot here. Shining underneath the lights here at the Langley Speedway. Showtime. Chase Johnson's down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Chase Johnson really has to get on the brake extra hard there. That rolls Corey Tesner right up to the back bumper of the number 5 machine here. A little door bang there from Shane Fallon and Logan Perriman as they ride in the 4th and 5th place spot here down in the turns 1 and 2. Jeremy Douglas and his Baxter late model running door to door with Blake Koschchild here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. It's Nicholas Maynard down on pit road here. Not sure what's going on with the kid. Transmission issues is what we're hearing over the radio chat right now. The shifter not working here, so we have to get that under control. Get back out here on the racetrack. It looks like Chris Knighty will send around. Michael Durham Jr. Caution flag will fly here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Caution flag is out here for the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. here. If we could ever get some green flag laps going here, I believe we would have one hell of an event. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. For Mike Durham Jr. here. Big Mike goes around in turns 1 and 2. It looked like off the front bumper out the corner of my eye of Chris Knighty here, the Triple Deuce machine. But we'll back it up here. We'll take a look and see what the hell just happened. Analyze everything. It looks like Michael Durham Jr. down here on the bottom side of the racetrack here. We'll look out the tail cam as they came off turns 3 and 4. Chris Knighty was looking to the inside here. Looks like we just collect the left rear quarter panel of Mike Durham Jr. Send him around on the racetrack. So that's twice tonight for Mike Durham. He's been turned around here as he'll slam his hand on top of the race car there. Pissed off here as I believe he might be shirtless inside of that race car. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick commercial break here as the number 15 of Michael Durham Jr. gets it straight back out here. Caution flag here at the Langley Speedway. Bang, bang! We're back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel underneath the caution flag for the third time here tonight. Tonight's feature, ladies and gentlemen. Things have been getting dicey out here. Michael Durham Jr., Big Mike, off of the racetrack right now. The number 15, Big Mike, is big pissed off here tonight at the Langley Speedway after contact with the Triple Deuce of Chris Knighty after going around in his heat race off the front bumper of Nicholas Maynard. Ladies and gentlemen here. So these guys really need to try to get it together here. We get some racing going. But I'm pretty sure this will be one hell of a show for the folks here on the TikTok platform. We appreciate all you guys piling in here tonight to watch these guys tack on the Langley Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash. There's the veteran Tony Cook, the old-timer, been sim racing since the early 2000s. Former lead contender of Dale Jr. He used to race with Dale Jr. as well, the Skull late model. Looking to make something shake here. Tony Cook hard charging his way through the field. He's up to the 8th place spot. Neil Rutt the third here looking to make something shake as well on that Boardwick number 66. He's down on the bottom side of the racetrack here as he's lost a teammate, Mike Doyle, out of the race car right now as he'll get a family emergency call. And he needs to hop out of the race car here. His guys said that they believe they might have a spark plug missing. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 5, Showtime Chase Johnson, busts them back off here. We're back green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here at the Langley Speedway. James Fountain really down on the bottom side of the apron there, trying to get around Logan Perriman and that number 88 machine. They'll battle door to door here across turns 3 and 4 here. And it looks like Neil is all over the ass end of Showtime Chase Johnson here. He's really having to pick and choose where he goes here as they battle door to door back here. Corey Riptide Tessner trying to rip away that 3rd place spot. Will have it ripped away from him. I shall change my words up by James Fountain down on the bottom side of the racetrack. They're the only 2 door to door currently at the moment as everybody else sails down here in the turns 3 and 4. Tony Cook looking to make something shake around the back bumper of the number 21 of Jeremy Douglas, riding out the front bumper of the old timer. Tony Cook here as they all settle their way down here on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's able to get the gas down there, but not able to get the run up off the corner he was looking for to get to that back bumper of the number 21 of Jeremy Douglas. The number 88 of Logan Perriman working his way through the field here. He'll lose a spot to James Fountain. It's all right here. He's going to have to hold on to that race car. Excuse me. As I chugged the beer before I hopped up here in the booth, and it's all starting to come back up here and hit me. It's the number 99 of Dakota Pigantaro, excuse me. Don't want to fuck it up. But ladies and gentlemen, he'll work his way down here. He's got a little bit of damage on the front of that late model here after contact to start the night's event with John Michael Bryan and the rest of the field here on the restart. But trying to make something shake here at the best of his day. Make the best of his day, excuse me. I'm talking way too fast here as his teammate currently, Neil Rutt, is making a pass for the race lead. Neil Rutt out front here in Langley. There's the pass for the race lead over Showtime Chase Johnson. It's complete. Neil Rutt here down the back straightaway from Union Beach as he'll work his way down into turns 3 and 4 here in the battle. We'll have to keep up all night long here. Showtime Chase Johnson will lose the race lead across here. 29 laps are complete out of the schedule, 75 here. It looks like Colby Westcott's coming back into the picture here as he's looking to get back around John Michael Bryant here. The battle between John Michael Bryant and Colby Westcott here as we see them banging doors underneath the caution flag. Brought us back from the replay. Colby Westcott, remember, as you look out the front bumper of that number 4 late model, you see the damage. You kind of remember who done it. As he's got John Michael Bryant searching all over the back bumper of him here, looking to make something shake here, but not able to put the power down. That'll open up the door for John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant will throw it down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Colby Westcott's trying to work his way back around the boogeyman, not able to do it. John Michael Bryant gets a great run down the bottom side of the racetrack, back to the top side. And then Jeremy Douglas here is really trying to hold on to that number 21 Baxter Brewing late models. You ride on board with Jeremy Douglas here. He's really off the gas for a long period of time, trying to save a little bit of tire. Corey Riptide Tessner's worked his way to that back bumper of Showtime Chase Johnson. And he's looking to put a little bumper to him as the Sunoco Race Fuel All-Star late models cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around, but don't look like he might be able to get it this time here as he'll lose a little bit there to Showtime Chase Johnson out of turns 3 and 4. James Fountain down on the bottom side of the racetrack here trying to close the gap between Corey Tessner and him. The next guy you find in line is Logan Perriman in the number 88 late model here, making his Booty Scoot Racing debut, here on the Asphalt. You can check him out this Friday night. Logan Perriman participates full-time on the All Out Dirt Tour Super Late Model Division that you can catch right here. We'll head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right of your screen for all the full races there, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody looks like they're riding nose to tail, finally picking off some green flag laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nicholas Maynard and Chris Knighty, currently the 2 cars rest their lap down on the racetrack. And Chris Knighty has the lucky dog over the kid of Nicholas Maynard as they run. Chris Knighty's picked off the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. We'll have to keep an eye on the triple deuce here of Chris Knighty here as we're looking to try to keep things clean here around the Langley Speedway. The Baxter late model, Jeremy Douglas, works the bottom side of the apron here. And John Michael Bryant's looking to try to close up the gap there, but he's not able to. Blake Hochschild battling a little bit of handling conditions inside of that race car. And it's not the typical handling condition that you would think it is. John Michael Bryant up there making a little bit of contact. I seen out the left corner of my eyeball. But anyway, Blake Hochschild driving the number 2 late model here tonight from Tempe, Arizona. Had a dry shaft fall on his hand in the next gen race last week in the garage at Bristol Motor Speedway. Broke his hand as he's currently on medical leave here, looking to try to get an update here tonight at some point from the number 2 of Blake Koschchild for you guys on his medical condition. With that right hand, a little contact made there between Tony Cook and Logan Perriman, the old-timer, rattling a little bit of cages out here tonight. Tony Cook not messing around with the young folks here tonight. He'll scoot his way up into the top 5. Tony Cook putting the bumper there, looking like Harry Gant for real. They'll dive their way down into turns 3 and 4. And Logan Perriman's not going to be happy with the old-timer right there. Tony Cook with the battles on here between John Michael Bryant and Jeremy Douglas. John Michael Bryant looks like he'll gang in another position up over number 21 of Jeremy Douglas. That'll scoot the boogeyman up into the 7th place spot. But here comes Chris Knighty, sticking his nose up underneath the number 4 High Rod Vodka late model of Colby Westcott. Will shoot back up here to the race lead. Check it out. Neil Rudd is absolutely driving away with a race lead around Corey Riptide Tesner, who's got around Showtime Chase Johnson. So Showtime Chase Johnson will lose another lap. We'll lose another spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Possibly trying to save a little bit of something inside of that late model. Showtime Chase Johnson, 4-time winner this season and season 1 champion for the late model stock division here. Said he might be dialing it back down next season. We'll have to see how things shake out here. We got a couple of new guys filling in the field here tonight, trying to get you guys the best action on the racetrack on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like Neil Rudd will miss the bottom side of the racetrack there through turns 3 and 4. It's opened up the door for Corey Riptide Tesner. You're riding out the back bumper of Neil the Real Deal Rudd III from Union Beach, making something shake here tonight. Every lap led is 1 point added to your total score. But Neil Rudd not running full time here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, so points don't matter because he's looking to find his number 66 Boardwick late model, into the front stretch victory lane down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. All the fans will go crazy as the number 66 continues to lead laps here around the racetrack. Corey Riptide Tesner sold out of t-shirts here tonight in the fan zone. He got a brand new Sudoku All-Star late model paint scheme here. Must have been a fan favorite here. He'll work the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's closing up the distance big time to the race leader of Neil the Real Deal Rudd down in the turns 3 and 4. Corey Tesner getting a great diamond, looking to make a great exit off the corner. He's able to get the gas down. He's got the left rear quarter panel of the race leader, Neil Rudd here. They'll be door to door through turns 3 and 4. The battle for the race lead is on here, and we'll cut the battle box up here because there's a 3-way battle here. It looks like lap traffic is starting to get ready to possibly come into effect here. We got a battle for the race lead side by side. They're going to have to get it confused and get it sorted out here. Looks like Neil Rudd will collect the outside wall here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That'll open up the door for Showtime Chase Johnson to stick his nose right on by Neil Rudd here. Neil Rudd will go from first to third in just a lap here. Shows you how quickly things could happen to you on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll check lap times here. Looks like Chris Knighty will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. Again here, so it looks like Corey Tesner will cut a 16:11 and Chris Knighty will cut a 15:98. So Chris Knighty here just a little bit faster than the race leader here, but track 2 laps down here. We've been able to keep it green so far here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Is what we've been begging for. 3 caution flags early here in tonight's event. James Fountain has moved down another spot here, not able to move back up to that 3rd place spot. Tony Cook will put a little bit of bumper there to get to that 5th place spot, where he's at. Now he's got the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant charging here on the back door. John Michael Bryant trying to make something shake here after going around here. A little bit of contact with Colby Westcott. Speaking of Colby Westcott here, he's starting to pull away from the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro, however the hell you really want to pronounce it. I'll have to get with Dakota and have that all figured out here. Don't want to keep doing them wrong here. 25 laps remain here in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash. Corey Riptide Tesner's the race leader, and he's got a whole mirror full of Showtime Chase Johnson down into turns 3 and 4 here. Showtime Chase Johnson really hard on the brake there. Is he able to get up underneath the number 8 late model of Corey Tesner? He's not able to do so. He'll try it down here into turns 3 and 4. Corey Tesner not able, wasn't paying attention there for that move right there. Chase Johnson will use every inch of the racetrack down on the bottom side of the apron to pull the slide job around the number 8 of Corey Tesner, and he's able to get it done, but that's opened up the door one more time for Neil the Real Deal third to jump back in for a possibility of winning his first race here in his debut with 22 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 22 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw it up to Billy, the blimp driver here, just giving you some action-packed shots here around the racetrack. Chris Knighty continuing to pick off the fastest laps on the racetrack as they'll come across the line this last time around. Chris Knighty a 15:98, and the race leader Showtime Chase Johnson a 16:05 here. So if we can get a couple of caution flags, Chris Knighty might have things go his way here if he's been saving a little bit of Hoosier tire. But here comes the parking lot traffic jam back here We're looking for extra battles to find on the racetrack. We might have gotten what we just want. The number 99 stuck on the outside here. The number 2, Blake Hochschild machine. Blake Hochschild cutting off about an acre of the infield grass there, giving the grass a high taper fade haircut right there through the infield. Logan Perriman is sailed away from Jeremy Douglas in the back half of this pack here, absolutely going at it on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Showtime Chase Johnson right here coming up on the lap traffic. Can the lap traffic in this parking lot of cars we have navigating, their way through turns 3 and 4 end up being the cause factor here that might open up the door for Neil, the real deal Rudd, or Corey Tesner here as Showtime Chase Johnson starts to pull away with a race lead out of turn 2. Away from Corey Tesner to about a 3 or 4 car length advantage here. And James Fountain here will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around in his HendrickCars.com late model as he's really able to grip up down on the bottom side of the racetrack. James Fountain using the yellow paint to his advantage here. Neil Rutt using the same thing as he's really having to slow it down through turns 1 and 2, but he's really able to excel and get a really good acceleration off of turns 3 and 4. You see Neil Rutt down there on the bottom side of the racetrack, riding out the front bumper of Neil Rutt with 15 laps to go here. As you see, looks like Nicholas Maynard's going to be the guy that's going to start the traffic jam here for the race leader, Showtime Chase Johnson, as he's rolling up on lap traffic. They'll head off turns 1 and 2. It's going to be Jeremy Douglas and Nicholas Maynard holding up the traffic here. 14 laps to go. Will this open up the door for the race win here? Will we have a battle? Sean Michael Bryant comes across the line here as he's slowly starting to run down Chris Knighty here, but it is in poor position here. The battle for the race lead could be in danger here with the lap traffic. Colby Westcott, Blake Hochschild, and Dakota Pignataro is going to have to figure it out here as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Looks like Nicholas Maynard and Jeremy Douglas have moved up out the bottom, up to the top side of the racetrack, for Showtime Chase Johnson and Corey Riptide Tesner as they start to go around Nicholas Maynard. Now Corey Tesner will get himself clear. Now Neil Rutt starting to navigate his way through the traffic with 12 laps remaining here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button. Press that follow button. Drop your prediction. Who's going to win tonight's event with 12 laps to go? Corey Tesner looking to close up the back bumper to the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson as they navigate their way through traffic. They'll have a late model stuck on the top side of the racetrack and the bottom side. Corey Tesner, though, is going to have to fall here in the lap traffic, and that's going to come off the gas big time for him. Here's Neil Rutt, and the number 60 Sutton will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. We'll check lap times this time. Checking the lap times throughout the field. Looks like the triple deucer Chris Knighty will get the fastest lap again on the racetrack that last time around. So Chris Knighty driving his way through the field, though, but with 10 laps to go, he's running out of time to try to get back on the lead lap here, scheduled 2 laps down, but currently sitting in the lucky dog spot. James Fountain here, currently rested in the 4th place spot, trying to get around the lap car of the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard will stick it on the high side of the racetrack here and let James Fountain ride on by here. 9 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And Chase Johnson down into turns 3 and 4, and you see the gap that he has between him and Corey Riptide Tesner. And there's a lap car stuck between Neil Rutt in that 2nd place of Corey Riptide Tesner, 2 of them to be exact. So Neil, the real deal Rutt's going to have to try to work his way through traffic here with 6, maybe 5 laps to go here next time around. It's Showtime Chase Johnson paints the bottom side of the racetrack there through turns 1 and 2. John Michael Bryan will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around, trying to run down the 21 of Jeremy Douglas. Jeremy Douglas a lap down here. Jeremy Douglas will just get up on out of the way for the 23 Gorilla Mine Machine, playing the friend card here. So Jeremy Douglas really respectful here. All the lap cars being really respectful. Here's the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro will move up out of the racetrack and out of the way for Neil Rutt III, his teammate. And Colby Westcott will paint it down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Won't hit the gas and will allow the number 66 of Neil Rutt to move here. But it looks like Showtime Chase Johnson's ran in a little bit of more traffic here as he's caught the back half of the field. The number 2 of Blake Hochschild here will go register a lap down here as well. He'll become the lucky dog guy this time around, but Logan Perriman will lose the lap as well through the same corner. So Logan Perriman and Blake Hochschild will go at it back here for the lucky dog here with 4 laps to go. Anything's possible. Will we keep it green on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? You're watching the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, live here from the Langley Speedway. I'll give you a little quick rundown with 3 laps to go. Showtime Chase Johnson, currently the race leader. He's pulling away from Corey Tesner, who's trying to navigate his way through lap traffic. He's able to clear himself there. Looks like Logan Perriman a little loose off the corner. And then he'll fall back to the 3rd place spot of Neil Rutt III. And then James Fountain. So everybody's scattered throughout the field here. Lap traffic is in effect. 2 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And Showtime Chase Johnson will bring it down into turns 3 and 4 here. Looks like everybody's able to keep it clean, though, around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It'll be white flag in the air for the number 5 late model of Showtime Chase Johnson down here in the turns 1 and 2. Corey Tesner, Neil Rutt the third down here in third place, no pun intended. The battle back here between Chris Knighty, John Michael Bryant, James Fountain on our way as well. But it'll be Showtime Chase Johnson heading off turns 3 and 4, and he'll win tonight's I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash here at the Langley Speedway. Everybody else working their way across the line. James Fountain, Kobe Westcott, John Michael Bryant, Nicholas Maynard, and the rest of the field as well. But you'll have to give it all the way to Showtime Chase Johnson. The Season 1 champion will pick up his 5th win on the season here tonight at the Langley Speedway and pull away with a good points lead here tonight. Didn't lead too many laps there to the end. Corey Riptide Tesner was able to pick off a few as well. So the playoff driver, Showtime Chase Johnson, wins it here at the Langley Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, Colby Westcott and John Michael Bryant going at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Colby Westcott throwing off the racetrack as well as John Michael Bryant, so tempers flaring here. But it'll be Showtime Chase Johnson getting the congratulatory bump there from James Fountain there to celebrate the win. He'll pick up the win here tonight. Chase Johnson picks up the win here tonight at the Booty Scoot Racing Channel's I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Bash live here from the Langley Speedway in Hampton, Virginia. As he brings it back around here to go into victory lane. Showtime Chase Johnson able to save a little bit of tire there, get around Corey Tesner and Neil Rutt there to end tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment here. We'll take a quick commercial break with the post-race show and the drivers' interviews. Don't go nowhere. We're back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and we have just wrapped up here tonight at the Langley Speedway. Down here in Victory Lane is where Showtime Chase Johnson and the rest of the field sits here. Freddie the flagman is waving the flag down here, and I believe we got a pit reporter down there with a couple of the top 5 drivers. Let's see if you can hear from your favorite driver. But tonight's winner is going to be Showtime Chase Johnson. Let's see what he had to say with our pit row reporter. Go
Down
ahead.
here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel's Victory Lane with the number 5 late model Chase Johnson. Chase kind of walking through your night here, the night playoff racing here tonight in Langley, and you're able to pull off the victory. We get about a 60-lap flag green, I mean not a 60, but a 50-something lap green flag run to the end. You had to navigate your way through the traffic there. Some guys played nice and was able to get you through there, but you were able to pull away with the victory. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, it was a really good race overall. I think that was one of our best races overall as far as like a short track, you know, with lap traffic and everything, you know. Just happy we could bring another fast car to the track. I didn't know what to expect with a few new guys racing, but man, they all race with respect and clean and hard, so you can't ask for nothing more than that. So good race to Neil and good race to Corey and James and John, all top 5. They was all fast tonight, and so yeah, can't thank everybody enough. So I guess we'll re-rack them here in a couple weeks. I guess this is race number 1 in the playoffs, so hopefully we can keep up with the strong performances and go race for a championship.
Chase Johnson will look to double down at South Boston. We'll move down here to the runner-up of Corey Tesner. Corey, kind of walk us through your night here, the night driving Sunoco late model for Chase Johnson racing. You got out there out front, led a little bit of laps here tonight. Just a little beating and banging. Lap traffic will come into hand, and you're just not able to hold on to it. You'll get the second place spot. Let's kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, once again, we unloaded with a fast car. Did good in our heat. Was feeling good all the way through the race, but about 3/4 of the way through that last green flag run, just cars started getting a little tight, and that ended up hurting us there in lap traffic. But good race to top 5, and we'll re-rack them this coming week.
That's the runner-up, number 8, late model of Corey Tez. We'll scoot down here to the new guy in here, Neil Rutt. Neil, kind of walk us through your night here tonight. You get on the podium in your Booty Scoot Racing debut here. You checked on from the YouTube channel last night. Kind of talk us through your night here and how you feel just kind of in the mix out there tonight.
Yeah, obviously, thanks for the invite. Pretty good racing group of guys here. Brought a couple of my guys with me too. It was a good race. Didn't really practice or run much of Langley before. Had pretty good raw speed out the gate. Congrats to Chase. It was great running with Chase and Corey there. We were all battling pretty tight, banging a little bit, but it was clean racing. Good times. We'll be back in the next time you guys are here. Hoping to make this thing a full time. Great group of guys here. I didn't burn my stuff off when I got by Chase there on the bottom. Probably would have been a lot closer. I just I battled and I pushed a little bit too hard there during the nice 20 to 30 lap run that I had up front. On to the next one. Can't hang my head too hard here.
And that's the newcomer, Neil Rutt, here making his debut tonight with a podium spot. We'll scoot down to the number 24, HendrickCars.com late model of James Fountain. James, you're a little late getting to the car for the heat race out there, signing autographs in the fan zone. Kind of walk us through your night here tonight. You're able to rally back in your heat race for a top 5 and a P4 in the feature here tonight.
Yeah, just got a little busy before the race, Had to finish signing autographs, seeing all my fans, all that. But came from the back and finished 3rd in the heat race. Was feeling pretty good about the car coming into the main event and jumped up front towards the top 5 kind of quick and just kind of hung out there all day. John was catching me there late. I want to give a shout-out to him for not turning me there in those last couple laps, and give a shout-out to everybody else for coming out and having a good time. Appreciate everybody.
That's the number 24 of James Fountain. We'll scoot down here to the 23 of John Michael Bryant. John, kind of walk us through your night there. You and Colby Westcott banging doors. Colby Westcott will come find you at the end of the race after you turn him around. A little bit of beating and banging here. We'll have to take a look at it at the end of the race here. But a top 5 for you, able to drive through the field after being a lap down.
Yeah, unloaded, didn't handle worth of shit. Same thing as last night when I raced here. Don't know what the guys at the shop are doing. Somehow, some way we could have put together a top 5, got turned early in the race, and then just, staying clean, trying to get a lap back, and then we got dumbasses backing up into us. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. We'll have words with him at the hauler. Just stayed in it and pieced together a top 5 finish here, and thought about turning that 24 after all the times when CJR cars turned me, but better heads prevailed, I suppose.
That's the number 23 of John Michael Bryant. Not happy here tonight at Langley. We'll scoot down to the number 2 of Blake Hochschild. Blake, kind of walk us through your night here tonight. A P7, a lap down here. Just trying to navigate your way through traffic here. And you were the first one a lap down, but you're able to bring it home in one piece. Just kind of walk us through how your the past 2 weeks have been for you.
Yeah, not a terrible night here for us, considering not too much practice. Little injury update for everybody. Definitely feel bad about turning Colby there under caution. I was trying to fix the bandage on that right hand. Docs are saying after tonight should be the last time we're on the bandage. From there on out, I should be able to just use the hand, but we're going to go from there. Other than that, did have a pretty good night. Did have some fun at the end there with, I believe it was the 88 car. Not too sure of his name. No, he's a new guy, but definitely excited to race with him in the future.
Dr. Blake Hochschild giving you guys an update on his medical condition there with his broken hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll scoot back up there through the booth as Chase Johnson and Corey Tesner will take these cars across tech here and across the scales back up to the booth.
And back up here to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. We will pause it right there. Don't want to let anybody else see what they got going down, breaking down the tech here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw it up to the track fact here one more time if you're just now tuning in to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys have just tacked on looks like going to be the... we started a little rough, but I mean, it was the I-85 late model bash, and a bashing is what these guys did around this 0.39 mile Hampton, Virginia asphalt oval, and I really can't blame any of these guys for the way that things shook out here tonight. And I would be mad too if at some of these guys like John Michael Bryant, Colby Westcott, we see Nicholas Maynard even go around to the back of the pack earlier here. And ladies and gentlemen, so we can't get these results pulled up for you one more time here from the feature here at the Langley Speedway. It was Showtime Chase Johnson victorious here tonight in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model playoffs. Race number 1, Corey Tesner got the second place spot, followed by Neil Rutt the third, making his debut here tonight. And James Fountain was able to shake back for a 4th place spot. And then your mom's favorite driver, she's able to leave the racetrack happy tonight. Maybe she'll show her titties to your father tonight. The Boogeyman will stop home for a top 5. Tony Cook in the number 33 Skull late model will bring home the top 6 spot, followed by Blake Hochschild, who just gave you his medical update injury as well. He'll bring home the top 7 spot here. And Logan Perriman making his late model debut here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series will make the trip over here from Nancy, Kentucky, and bring home a solid top 10 in the 8th place spot. Dakota Pigantaro, pick it however you really like it. Wasn't his night here tonight to debut, but the 9th place spot will go to Dakota to try to make something shake here in a couple of weeks. Colby Westcott banging doors there with John Michael Bryant at the end of the race. Not happy with the way that he was raced by the Boogeyman. He'll bring home the top 10 spot, looking to make something shake 2 weeks from now in South Boston. Jeremy Douglas will bring on the 11th place spot, the number 21 late model from Augusta, Maine, and Chris Knighty cutting some of the fastest laps on the racetrack there to end tonight's event here. If Chris Knighty was on the lead lap, best contend, he was probably going to be up there in that top 3, top 5 spot. The kid of Nicholas Maynard gets sent to the back to start tonight's event after turning around Michael Durham Jr. in the heat race to finish in the 13th place spot here. Transmission issues for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Seen him go 2 laps down after going down pit road to make that repair. Michael Durham Jr. will pull off the racetrack as well, finish 58 laps down with a starter issue inside of that late model. His team was able to get it repaired, though. It looks like Mike Dole making his debut here tonight, driving the number 14 late model from Middletown, New Jersey. Was able to make something shake here tonight, and he was able to round out the final spot here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like that's going to do it here for the final results here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Showtime Chase Johnson wins the I-85 Asphalt Series late model bash. We're down here in Victory Lane here at the Langley Speedway. That'll do it for the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll see you Friday night for the All Out Dirt Tour live here at the Houston Speedway on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. See you then.